Hi, I'm Brian.
The lighting might not be great, but we managed to score this house unfinished to sleep in last night, and tonight, our first night here, we slept in a tent, and it was a little chilly outside, so Athena offered for us to sleep up in the loft of this building. It has a king-size futon mattress, so we just took our sleeping bags up there and slept. But this is the house on the property. One, it's the first house they did, I believe, with the system that we're learning, which is, you know, using threaded rod to squeeze down top plates onto bales, and using bamboo to stabilize bales on the inside and outside, tying them together. Just basically all the techniques we're learning. This was the first house that they actually applied them in. So it's got a feel and a look, I think, that we're going to be going for, and even size-wise, I think this is 400 some square feet maybe, so we might be just slightly bigger, which is fine. This is really intended for kind of one person, I think. But this is the south facing area, so there's a lot of windows. That gives you your passive solar, having a lot of windows on the south. This area on the outside that we're looking at, the windows here, is actually more of a porch or a patio, I guess, that they just sort of enclosed. It's got a little kind of quarter wall, and then just a bunch of windows. So I mean, that could almost be really the building itself, as far as Strawbale and everything goes, kind of starts back here. Here's the Strawbale wall. So your building would be kind of this Strawbale wall with a gabled roof up and down, and Strawbale wall on the other side. The sunroom essentially was either, I don't know if it was already there or added after the fact, but that's your south facing. So over to our right would be east facing. Yeah. So for us, I think we might flip-flop this layout, because so here's your east, and it looks like that's kind of a kitchen area there, and probably back here would be where a fridge and or maybe pantry or something would go. But this is, the exterior walls are all Strawbale, so they're big and thick. You can see that windowsill there. And the interior walls, which are thinner, are made out of adobe bricks, which you can actually see right over here. You can actually see the bricks themselves before you plaster over them. That's what the interior walls are made up of.
Did you mention that it was freezing outside and we came in here and it was like, there's no heater on in here, and it was
so nice. Yeah, I mean, this is not dead of winter or anything, but it is 40s
like 40
at night.
Something.
And we were pretty warm last night, and there's no heat. There is a stove, but we didn't use it. But yeah, big temperature difference. So there's your north facing. So for us at home, the north facing would face kind of Benson, St. David area, and we have a pretty nice view out the north. So it'd be nice to get some windows there. At home, we don't have much to the east. Actually, we have nothing really to the east but a hill. And also, that's the setting sun. So that's kind of the worst sun in the afternoon, and we've got that hill there. We probably won't do much in the way of windows on that east side. But over here, which would be the west side over here, sure. The west side over here is actually our best view at home. This would be the, let me think about that. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, this would be facing the Cochise Stronghold. This is our best view of mountains and everything. So we might flip-flop this and go kind of kitchen area over to this west side with a nice good sized window, so that you get a nice view out of the Cochise Stronghold and everything. They've actually got a loft in here. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're still thinking a shed roof, just a single pitch, very low slope, just enough basically to get the water to run off the roof. We don't have to really worry about snow loads much or anything. I mean, we do get a little bit, but it's rare and it's not big and it doesn't stay for long. So, but this is a look and feel that's really close.
Come here and look at these,
to what we're going to.
Can you show these little?
There's some tools over here.
These little things are so cute.
Trowels.
There's like a bunch of different ones.
Lots of trowels in here. This is how they.
Oh, look at! We can make that.
As far as the walls, this is their first coat of plaster. It's real thick. It's probably about 1.5 inches thick on the bales. But I mean, normally you would put a second coat and even a third coat for a finish to get whatever look you're going for, color, texture. This is just their base coat, but it looks pretty decent. They've started in some place to start a second coat. But like I said, this would all be adobe here in the middle. They've got some neat little things going on in some of these side rooms with little ceilings. That's a neat little finish on a ceiling right there. They've got steps going up to that loft with some iron work as railings. Cool little stove area right here. Probably not a bad idea in a place like this to have a stove for supplemental heat. Like I said, it wasn't too bad last night, but I mean, it'll get cool when it gets down into the 20s or even teens for us, which does happen. Rare, but happens. Or you could just supplement with propane heat or something like that, but not a bad idea to have a stove. So here's another little room, and looks like they've done the same thing with rounded ceilings up here. But that's about it. This is the technique we're learning right now. They've got an earth floor, which I would like to do as well. I don't really want to do a concrete slab or anything. So yesterday we learned how to stack bales. We didn't build the foundation wall, but basically they do if you want to do an earthen floor like this, if you're not laying a concrete slab, basically you lay a concrete footer. In our case, where we're at, probably about a foot thick underground, below grade, and then stack on top of that footer 2 layers of cinder blocks that only need to stick up probably about 4 inches-ish, about the height of a baseboard maybe, down at the bottom here. And then on top of that is wood for a sill plate, just 2x4, treated 2x4 lumber to make a sill plate, and then you start stacking your bales up. And this is usually about, to get to this height, this is about 4 courses of bales tall. So that's what we did yesterday. We stacked bales. Today we're going to learn some plaster techniques on an existing home, I guess about a mile away. So not exact, we'll change some details, but this is a very similar look and feel, I think, to what we're going for. So we got to stay here last night, we'll stay here again tonight, and it is fantastic. So here's the same building from the outside. So basically the whole front of it is really just a porch patio that they chose to enclose over here on the right. On the left, really just a covered patio. There's your gabled roof, pretty steep. There's the stovepipe. This again is the south-facing wall. I think that's about it.
Come on, we can't go away. We don't need them, oh, oh. We can be free by ourselves. Cause